Welcome to the closing stages of the Kingspan Concra Wood Open, and it's very nicely said, isn't it, with Marcus Armitage leading by a single stroke from Paul Doherty. Weiner too far off the pace, playing his approach shot here into the penultimate hole, the 17th. Getting further away all the time, and that will not be easy, but this is the whole Prior Ross where the leaders are coming to.
Yeah, excellent par 4, 427 metres, 467 yards. Again, water a feature down the right-hand side. Players favour the left where there's a cluster of bunkers to be avoided. If you can avoid the sand, then it's quite a tough green to hit with slope off to the left and bunkers away to the right. Almost kidney-shaped green. Have to hit the fairway.
There's bound to be some nerves from Armitage. Not a bad angle though to get to this pin. He has played beautifully today.
He's done very well, and he's left the ball below the hole there, Richard, as well, which is a very important thing to do.
Now this is awkward, isn't it, for Weiner? Take 2 putts and run.
I don't know, the captain would say no running on the course, of course, wouldn't he?
He's got a lot of work left to do there. Doherty just wants to try and put some pressure on.
But you have to be careful, this flag tight on the left-hand side of the green, and that's a very sensible shot. Weiner for par. Well, he looked up early. His upper body came up before he'd actually struck the putt.
And here comes the rain. And no birdie for Doherty.
The next hole he'll be playing will be the 17th, 410 metres, 448 yards, slightly uphill, swinging gently from right to left, little banana-shaped hole. Trouble high on the right and low on the left. It's a lost ball if you hit it down there on the left-hand side. Just a single sort of pot bunker which guards the whole of the front of this green, and it drops down from the fairway, from the highest point down to the green.
Well, the weather the players are now facing, not too heavy at the moment, but just add to the scenario we have ahead of us. That's missed on the right-hand side for McCarthy, but what an opportunity for Armitage here. Yet again, birdie try, yet again, to open up a 2-shot lead.
Good strike on line. Oh, unlucky. Can't fault the fact he's given himself a lot of opportunities today, Richard.
Well, look at him play. You'd never think that he's never really been here before. Certainly not on the EuroPro Tour, certainly not at this level. Of course, he's played on his local tours and played very well. Par for Doherty, stays one back.
McCarthy's chip is, well, his way to the right-hand side of the green. He's got plenty of room to work with. Of course, you get a little skid when you've got the softness on the greens, the water. All of a sudden, the spin doesn't take effect. You don't get as much spin out of the rough, and there you can see.
It's quite heavy now, isn't it, the rain?
Very important at this stage to keep your club head dry, because if you get any drops of water, any rain between the club face and the ball, you get a flyer and the ball goes off in all sorts of directions. That was always my excuse, Richard.
Nice drive, wasn't it, though, by Armitage? You struck the ball beautifully today. Doherty equally impressive here at 17. And they're almost side by side there, and it's the way they've been all day long on that leaderboard. McCarthy then after a bogey at the last. Work to do here at 17. And that's back-to-back bogeys.
Weiner on 18. Good golf swing.
Yeah, had a top 10 at Wensum Valley at the start of this season.
It's a difficult flag to get at if you're down the left-hand side of 18. Well, that's in some sort of trouble. Just lucky to stay out of that thick rough.
Much better stance and lie for Armitage here. Holds the pose as if he likes it. Oh, and he's obviously got the adrenaline kicking in. And he's flown the green, and now lots of work to do. I don't know if you heard a little rumble of thunder there as well, Ross.
Yeah, it does sound a little ominous. Hopefully they'll get things finished.
Weiner to try and close with a birdie. Come on. Not to be. Good day's golf, a round of 70.
Hemstock, who found the little pot bunker on the front of 17. Managed to get out beautifully. Well, the last hole here, quite a stunner really. Moves slightly uphill from the tee. Only 373 metres, 408 yards, but it's a narrow tee shot with a large bunker down the right, which has to be avoided. Good slightly drawn tee shot will leave you with, just a shortish iron, and with a flag on the back left-hand side, you possibly want to challenge that bunker off the tee. Keep it down the right.
Well, he's leaked a few shots over the last couple of holes, Nick McCarthy.
I think that might be just short of that bunker.
Now, this is a real test of Armitage's nerves.
Well, he's done well there. He used the rough to dampen the ball. You can see how fastly downhill that was. And the difference there when maybe he didn't have the thicker grass there. He got a little bit of purchase, a bit of spin.
And just as the door seemed to open for Doherty, didn't step through it.
Coming up just short of the bunker, McCarthy, and that's a terrific iron into the last. Maybe he can get a birdie back on the final hole. Just like Tiger Woods always does, doesn't he?
Most of the time through his career, Doherty walks away with a bogey, which means the lead, at least for the time being, is 2 shots now for our leader, Marcus Armitage. Of course, he's got his work to do yet as well at 17. That's coming up short.
So Harold's going to finish 2 under par with a 1 over par 73.
And his chances went with that double bogey at the 11th. 4 putted, albeit it was a tough first putt that he faced. Now Armitage, can he knock it in? Yes, he can. And the fist pump shows you he knows how important that was. 1 hole to play. He leads by 2.
That's a big moment there, and he knows it. And so does Doherty, because he's got 1 hole to get 2 shots back.
Well, he has to make birdie and hope for the best, doesn't he? And what a fabulous year it's been for Nick McCarthy. 4th in the season opener at Wensum Valley, 2nd at Burhill, followed up with another top 10 in Scotland a few weeks ago. No birdie at the close, but it's been another really consistent week from him.
The putter went very cold in the latter end of the back 9. And at one stage at 5 under, he had a challenge for the lead there.
Just needs to find the fairway. I say just. Given the rain, given he's leading, and given the prize on offer, you'd think he'd have a few nerves, but no. So quick to pick up the tee. He loves it, and so he should.
He'll remember that drive.
Yeah, one of the other stories of the day, the man who used the driver to putt with.
Well, the weather has definitely turned. I'm here with Richard Edgington, 4 under for his round and for the tournament as well in the clubhouse. And an incredible round because you went most of the round without a putter. What happened?
Well, I was on the 7th actually. I had a good start on the first 6 holes, made 4 birdies, and I was on the side of the green, and on my backswing was a little bit of fringe, which sort of got in the way of the putter. So afterwards I sort of gave it a little tap down, probably a bit harder than I should, and the putter bent. So
when you say it was a little tap,
it was actually just a couple of small taps, but it wasn't actually that bad. Even the other guy said, "Wow, you know, I'm amazed it."
And then the rest of the round, what did you use?
Driver. Had to putt out with driver.
He putted with a driver, and you were okay.
It was great actually. I actually held two putts, probably 1.5 foot I missed, but a couple of them were literally just rolling in from everywhere.
Unbelievable.
So
4 under this man for the round and the tournament. Well done.
Thank you. Cheers.
Not sure he'll be putting with a driver though the rest of the season.
It's drive for show and drive for dough for him, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, Doherty knows the race is probably run here. I suppose you just got to try and stick it in close and see what happens. You never know.
Got to ask the question, Richard. You have to ask the question. Rice, who hasn't putted well today, it looks a little awkward at times. Well, that's a par putt, and it's a round of 74, just the 2 birdies. Disappointing day.
Well, this has to go within sort of around 6 feet just to make Armitage think about things.
He's maintained his good swing. He's done better than that, Rich.
Well, it's about 6 feet.
Oh, I'd like to buy some real estate from you. That's a handy 6 feet.
Well, no nerves on the tee. How about now?
Good rhythm. Didn't rush it. Has the adrenaline taken effect?
Well, when you think how he's played today, that he played the back 9 in the second round in 5 under par, it's been a brilliant 27 holes from Marcus Armitage, and potentially a tournament winning one as well. Hemstock was the man who walked away with the spoils a year ago. No glory today for him though.
So Armitage with his chance for a birdie.
This would answer every question. That'll do him. 2 putts is good enough. A momentous moment for Marcus Armitage, the 2013 Kingspan Concra Wood Open champion. Started with a flurry and so solid at the end. Terrific performance. He can now breathe a sigh of relief.
Well, Doherty will be disappointed because he had his opportunities during the round. Oh, and that was probably a bit of the story of his back 9. There you go, back in 38. That tells the true story.
Yeah, had to take a drop on that par 5 that led to a bogey 6 and proved to be a pivotal hole, even though, of course, Armitage didn't make birdie there.
So Hemstock to finish off affairs here. A par in a round of 72.
Well, it's been a brilliant day. For Marcus Armitage, it's a day to remember. A first EuroPro Tour victory thanks to an excellent final round of 68. He wins by 2 from Paul Doherty, with Elliot Saltman's fabulous 66th the round of the day, leaving him in 3rd spot on his own.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the Kingspan Concra Wood Open is Marcus Armitage. Marcus, very many congratulations. What a terrific performance out there. Just tell us about your history on the EuroPro Tour before today.
There's not much history. Two events and missed cut twice, so yeah, this is my first event this year, other than tour school, and first win.
The weather has been fantastic today until you guys got on, what about hole 14, hole 15? Did you get a little bit nervy when it started to turn?
The weather was pretty good, but yeah, when it got heavy on 16, 17 and 18, I really had to focus and pull the shots off when I needed to. So.
Did you feel nervous at that point?
Describe nervous.
I think that probably tells you he wasn't, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, where can your career go from here? Because this is a big win for you, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's massive. Hopefully I can win a few more times on here and then move to Challenge Tour and just keep going up the ranks.
Well done, Marcus. Brilliant win. Ladies and gentlemen, Marcus Armitage.
Well, the first event of the season, but the £10,000 takes Marcus Armitage into a tie for 6th spot on the Order of Merit. Next up, well, we're off to Scotland to Roallan Castle in Ayrshire for event 8 of the PGA EuroPro Tour season. But for Ross McFarlane and myself, Richard Kaufman, it's goodbye for now.